You're at this stage of your life now. Look beyond now to perhaps the next 50 years or so. What do you see?
Oh, I see wonderful things. I see my son growing and going to college and becoming who he wants to be. He'll probably be a musician because last night he had me and Miss Faye be in the band and he was the band leader. So he'll probably be a conductor or something. I see me I see me still singing and making albums and having a glorious life, and I see happiness and just wonderful things.
What would you caution him on, though, about life?
I would caution him on his surroundings and the people that he surrounds himself with. I would caution him on that because there's so much. We don't ever know how someone was raised, and I think a lot of problems start when children growing up in an environment that teaches them to do certain things and they grow up to be that person. And you don't know what a person is until you live with them, and you just have to be cautious of who you allow in your space, and that's what I would caution him on. But if God lets me, I'll be around, so I will protect him.
Determined.
I will protect my baby, yes.
Do you drive?
Yes.
What do you drive?
I drive a Jeep. I drive a Land Cruiser.
Why do you prefer that brand?
Oh, why do I prefer that brand?
Yeah.
I really thought, that's a good question. I just went to the store and just got the car. I didn't think about the brand. It's a Toyota. But it's not the fancy one. It's just a plain regular car. Why did you ask me that question? That's an interesting question.
No, you hear all the time that you're defined by your choices, the places you go, the people with whom you hang, those kinds of things.
So what
I'm just
does that
curious
tell
about your
you?
purchase. I'm just curious.
What does that tell you? What does that say?
I was just curious.
No,
here it is. You're going for a Toyota. You're not going for a car. You're going now for what I would call a Jeep, for instance.
Oh, I love Jeeps.
And four-wheel drive.
Yes.
Power.
Yes.
Says a lot about you.
What does it say?
It says everything you've defined yourself to be as a person.
Really?
Yes. So that's interesting that what color is it?
White.
Interesting too. What's the color of your house?
Oh, my house is different colors. My room is like a gold, and my son's room's blue with all kinds of Nemo and every character. It's all that my kitchen is black and white. You know, my family room is a warm brown tones. But I'm getting ready to change it all. But it's a warm. Whenever someone comes over to my house and spends the night, they say they sleep so peaceful. My house is very peaceful.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Do you cook?
Well, I'll put it this way. If you put me in the kitchen and you say, just whip up something, I can't do that. But there's certain things I can cook. So I cook a little bit, but I'm not a cook, but I can clean and I iron and I can do all the other stuff, but but I come from a family of women that can cook, so I never really cooked.
I gotcha.
My mother was a great cook.
Really? And she didn't get the chance to pass that on to you?
I was somewhere else when she was cooking. I only came into the room when she said, it's ready.
You like chocolatey things.
I love chocolate. I like my men chocolate too.
What's your favorite food?
Spaghetti, chicken. I had some wonderful chicken here this morning. Eggs. I love vegetables. I'm a vegetable eater. I don't eat pork or beef. I don't drink sodas really. Drink water, juice. I think it's kind of boring. I don't drink, I don't smoke, but I love to shop. That's my vice, shopping.
You're female.
Yes.
Steph, you've traveled all over the world. Where perhaps has been the place where you've had some very fond memories and you'd wish you'd want to go back to again?
Mexico. I went to Mexico.
Really?
On a vacation, and I had a great time after not taking a vacation for a very long time. But I've been a lot of places, like I've been to Paris. I'd like to go to Paris again and take my guys with me. We'd have a ball, especially Rusty. We'd have a ball.
What do you love about Paris?
The stores.
Shopping?
Shopping and going to the Eiffel Tower and the Mona Lisa. There's so many just grandeur, beautiful things there. I love that. And what is it, the Champs-Élysées or?
Champs-Élysées.
Yeah, yes.
Do you get a chance to just kick back, toss off the shoes, and be Stephanie, let your hair down. And
Yes.
shut the windows and
Oh, yes.
Shut the world
Yes. Absolutely. Yes.
when that happens, what do you watch? What's on the TV?
I love old movies. I love TNT old movies. I'll watch the History Channel. CNN is always on because I'm always wondering what's going on with politically and going on in our world. But those are the channels I watch. Sometimes if I just don't want to think about anything, I'll watch. I don't like reality TV. But I will watch maybe the Atlanta Housewives sometimes because they're funny, you know. But I don't really like reality. I don't want to see.
Yes.
I have my own reality, you know.
I often remember two strangers meeting for the very first time. Now here we are, facing each other. Two lovers holding on to something real, something so meaningful. If you wanna know how I feel good. I feel good, baby. I feel good all alone. I feel good all over. You and I have a wondrous dream about we finally worked it out. Say no more. Your expression shows it. I see a little sunshine inside of you. Just to be with you. To be with you. It's so exciting. Who would have thought it could happen to me? Ooh, you see, it's no secret we're in love. Even my little boy can see. I feel good, yes I feel good, baby. I feel good all over. I feel good all over. You and I have a dream about.
Where are you with your music now?
I'm in the process of finishing recording a live album, and I'm going to put some original songs on it. It'll probably be a 2-disc CD. In fact, when I leave here, I'm on my way to Washington, D.C. to record some new stuff.
Nice. What can we expect on that?
Wonderful songs. Yeah. But I'm not thinking about the industry. I'm just thinking about me and my style. So I'm not on a timeline and trying to compete. I'm happy. I just want to record some music. And I haven't felt like recording in a long time.
There are lots of young people today who are struggling with finding their own identity, not just as an entertainer, but just as a person, whether it's through their spirituality or just influenced by whatever else. What would you want to say to them? Because your life has been one that has taken some hits, but you've survived.
Yeah, I've taken some hits, but my hits have made me stronger. I would not change a thing about my life because it's made me a very strong person. But I think that growing up as a teenager, you need to know who you are. But you're not going to know when you're a teenager or when you're young, you know? You're not going to know. It's only through experience and life. So just do you. Don't try to follow the crowd. Don't be a follower. Be a leader. Whatever that is, even if you have to stand alone, be a leader. Don't follow.
What has your son taught you?
Oh, to be more patient. To love more, because I love him dearly. And to see life, I'm seeing life through his eyes. It's so innocent, you know, so not jaded. You know, he loves everybody, black, white, Chinese. He doesn't see, you know, a difference. He loves people.
Quick check. What do you think about marriage?
Well, I've been married 3 times. But you know what? I love marriage. I love being in a partnership with someone. I don't know if I'll get married again. I won't say never, but I love the intimacy of being with a man and having someone to share my life with.
What have you learned, though, from those separations that would probably guide you into your next long-term relationship towards marriage?
To be a little bit more submissive and not as, maybe not quite as headstrong as I've been in the past. Sometimes when you're an independent woman, you're like, well, you know, but to be a little bit more submissive and a little bit more laid back.
You have your own record label now,
Yeah.
so you set your pace,
Yes.
so to speak. And you're also, I suppose, encouraging some other young talent to be able to fall under your label. Am I reading that correctly?
No, it's
What are you
really,
doing?
you know what I did? I started it just for me, so that I could just release songs that I wanted to and wouldn't have to listen to somebody tell me that this isn't right and that isn't right. And I could move at my own pace. I don't know if I could really guide someone else's career because I think they really have to guide it. They really have to see themselves. So I don't know if I could do that.
But how do you manage then, all of this then? Because now you've added the side of business to the mother, the caregiver, the performer, and all the rest of it. How do you manage the business end of it?
I take a deep breath every time I get on the phone and talk to somebody. And I'm really kind of organized. You have to be organized. And I just do it. I just set my pace and I do it at my own little pace. Keep going. I just keep going. I never look back. I keep going. And I think that's what has made me survive. But in my going on, I still think of my friends. I still think of Luther. I still think of Phyllis Hyman.
Yes.
I still think of Gerald Levert. You know, I still think of them because they didn't keep go. I guess they tried,
Yes.
but they didn't. All those deaths were shock for me, especially Gerald, because we were on the road at the time. We were taking a break, and we had been doing shows with him. So that was a tragic. So I think of them, and I say to myself, I've got to be strong for them, and I want to show that you can go through this entertainment life, and you don't have to self-destruct. You can have your ups and your downs and be counted out and be blackballed or whatever it is, and still be able to find happiness in what you do, and that people don't define you.
It's interesting you said that because I've also followed the career of Phyllis Hyman, and brilliant talent.
Brilliant.
Brilliant talent.
But a very
tragic
sad,
end.
yes.
Yes.
Very sad. So, you know why too? I think maybe sometimes, and I'm speaking from my experience, sometimes you take it too seriously. The industry to me is set up to make you fail. They're set up to make you a star and all that. But then you're also set up for their rejection. Now that you're a star, you're rejected. I'll prove my example. Why would a star, the biggest entertainer in the world, have to go to New York and get on a bus and call Tommy Mottola a racist? Michael Jackson did that.
He did, yes.
Why would he have to do that? You know what I'm saying? To a record label that he sold millions and millions of records. Why would he have to do that? Because we entertainers we're shy and emotional, and so that all that combined, you just think about it, and then we have to still have confidence. That's a lot to put on one person.
It is.
You got to go out, sing, and then look good, and then you got to be humble, stay humble, don't talk too much, it's like, that's a robot. So a lot of them can't balance it all out.
Yeah, because you want to be you, but you still have to recognize you're just for them a commodity.
Yes, all you are is a brand. They don't care how you feel. They don't care if you can't get up and do this. They don't care. They don't care. And that's where we as artists, we forget that because they pretend like we do. And then it hurts our feelings when we really realize that you really don't care. Just like Michael's song, They Don't Really Care About Us.
Yeah.
He wrote that about the industry.
All I want to say is that they don't really care
They
about
don't
us.
really care about us.
That sounds to me, though, when one holds the view that you do, that some doors are closed.
Oh, doors close on me all the time. I don't care. They close all the time. But they didn't create me. That's where my faith comes. I believe in God. I'm still singing. You invited me here, even though those doors are closed. I'm still singing. They can't stop you. They can't. They really can't.
You sound happy.
I'm happy. I'm happy because I speak my mind and I really don't care.